What's going on, guys? Got three things for you today in this video. First off, we're building a custom intake box. Secondly, we are going to be doing a rammer headlight. So we're putting a hole in our headlight. I've never done either of those things before, but we're gonna try it, see how it goes. And then third, we have to relocate the fuse box just to make room for those things. So that's not going to be like a full-on relocation, just a simple like hideaway. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But if you like the video, subscribe and follow for more videos just like this one. Okay, so I have an idea. Instead of mounting the fuse box right here, I'm gonna get rid of that, move it down, and put it right here. Mount it just right here, put the splash guard in, cover this up, maybe tape up the cover and stuff just to make sure it's really sealed well. But I think that'd be an interesting idea. It'd really free up some space in the engine bay, make it look a lot cleaner. So we'll see if I can make some brackets, get this mounted up, and yeah, makes that look way prettier other than this mess. But I mean, that's progress. Making a mess over here with cardboard, but I think I've got a half decent little intake box here. So we're gonna keep this fender hole open so we can maybe make a duct that comes down out of there and goes to like the front hole on the bumper, like make a kind of a duct to go through there. But yeah, like I think that'll be pretty nice. We'll seal it up real good. We'll get some window trim or something on the top here, like some trunk trim or something to seal off the hood. But and then yeah, I've got this 4-inch aluminum piece of pipe here. All I need is just a short little extension just to get it through here. This is going to be temporary. I will be getting a new intake custom made for this thing, but 4-inch pipe, and we're just going to do the 4-inch coupler and then just a little extension piece to shoot through the hole. And then we'll put the, probably get a new filter too. This thing's kind of thrashed, but filter goes right there, and bam, we're going to get hopefully quite a bit lower intake air temperatures, lower intake temps, just because the old one was so close to the exhaust. So we get a lot of radiant heat coming into there, and hopefully this will keep that quite a bit colder. So I'll see if I can do some testing before I do go through with this and completely make this. But I mean, like, I think that'll be nice. We'll just kind of seal it up right against here. I'll get some like sheet metal, or I don't know, I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to make this out of yet, but just doing a quick little template just to see if it's something that would work. But yeah, with that fuse box moved, you get a lot of room over here, and I mean, that just looks way better. But I still got to figure out a way to get this thing mounted down here, but I think I'm going to do it because that'll just free up so much space up top and clean it up a lot. One thing I do have to kind of navigate around is this whole jumble of wires and this bracket which connects to, so we've got the, gosh, it's gonna be hard to see here, guys, sorry, but this is the line, the stainless steel line that goes to my slave cylinder. And this guy, this hard line, I have no idea where this goes to be completely honest. I think it runs through the back somewhere. Obviously it goes to the master, but I don't know really where it routes. I know it goes under here. I'm probably just gonna cut it. Since I have so much play with this guy, I'm probably just gonna snip it and reflare it and, you know, get a new bend out of it or something, because I do have a lot of movement, just so I can get this bracket out of the way. And I don't know, we'll do something about this wiring harness. It'll still kind of have to live there, unfortunately, for now, but we'll figure that out when we get there. So just giving you guys a quick update, but yeah, that's it for now. So I decided with this big hole here, and since we're going to be putting a airbox in there, I know I said I was going to do the fender ducting to the bumper, but I decided to go one step further, and I took the headlight apart, and I took this guy out. So now we just got to drill a hole in the lens here, and I'll kind of show you how I did that. Again, there's the hole. On these headlights, it's really easy. On the factory headlights, I'm sure it's going to be a little different, but essentially, so there's what your headlight, your high beam housing is, and on the back of this guy are these, where the heck did I, there we go, these screws. So you've got these, and they just go into the bed. These are actually like alignment screws. So you can adjust it and it'll change the pitch of the light to adjust it. But I just took all three of those out, and yeah, now we've got this nice hole in the back of our headlight here, and we're just gonna have to get a pipe, like some PVC, and just stick it right through there, do a mark, and then drill out the lens. So that's the next project. Well, we got the headlight torn apart here, and here's basically what I did. I got some PVC, or ABS pipe, sorry, and decided to chop it up. And again, I just put it through that hole in the back there. I did have to get a Dremel and just kind of open it up a little bit because it was a little too tight for the pipe that I put in there, but now we got it to fit, and I got a little bit of an angle on there. It's not perfect, but it's just temporary, so we can lay the lens on it, and then we can trace that out, and then just drill our hole. So I'll keep you guys updated. Well, there's a somewhat finished product. I mean, it goes right into where I'm gonna make my intake box, so that's pretty sweet. I gotta figure out a way to make it flush around the outside here, seal this up so nothing can get in there. But I mean, otherwise, it's pretty good. It was really easy on these headlights because that 2-inch pipe just kind of slid right into that hole. So that was like not difficult at all on this thing. For some of you guys doing it, I'm sure you're gonna have to cut a hole in yours or something, but all I had to do was cut a hole in the lens. So everything else it just slid right into. I had to take out just the lens, the reflective part on my high beam, and I mean, that was just 3 screws and it came right out. So on this guy, it was like super easy to do. Just put the pipe in. I did have to kind of open it up a little bit, like just sand it down on the inside here. But like, I mean, that's about as easy as it gets. So I think it's pretty cool. Will it work? Maybe a little bit, but we're doing it for style points. So yeah, just heat up the headlight, take it all apart. It's gonna be like the back, the middle, which is like the black part, and then your lens. And I mean, yeah, I don't know what else I can say. This thing was super easy on this car. But I can't imagine it's gonna be the same for anybody else. And I mean, these are aftermarket, like eBay headlights. So even the factory one, I would imagine would be a lot more difficult, and you'd probably have to end up cutting that middle lens, the middle part there, to make a hole or something. But this one is super easy. That's what the factory headlight, or sorry, the other side looks like. So instead of having the reflective side, now we just got this ram air intake. So yeah, feeds nice into the box. That's kind of the next step here, but let me know what you guys think. New headlights all connected. that sweet ram air. I did kind of strap in the fuse box just for now. I had to extend some wires, and it's just these guys right here, the 4 wires that go to the battery. So I had to make a whole new line for those, but those should be good. And then yeah, we're gonna be moving this out of the way eventually. It's just a bracket that goes to the slave cylinder, so we'll move that out of the way and fix up all these wires and stuff and make it look a lot prettier over here, but that's gonna be for another day. But now we just gotta see if our fuse box relocation works, but I think it cleans it up really well. Because I'm doing that new intake box here, this is gonna have to get moved also, which is fine because I don't really like that too much. Again, mostly temporary, but yeah, we'll see how everything works. And you can kind of see, might be hard to see here, but there we go. There's the filter right there. Lines right up with, well, not right up, but a little better than nothing. So yeah, let's see if she starts. Let this guy heat up a little bit. It's pretty cold today. It's still not warm enough to drive this thing, but hopefully next week. Still got a lot of snow on the ground. And there we go. No leaks at the ethanol sensor at the back as far as I can tell. Everything's looking good. I got quite a few things from Home Depot. Pretty sure it's gonna work. You're just gonna have to trust me. Actually, I don't even trust me. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. Like I said, we're gonna try and make it a little duct from the bottom there up into the corner fender. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know how well this headlight's doing, but I think it looks kind of cool. I just have it like kind of ghetto-ly taped up for now, just to kind of seal off this area between the lens and the pipe. So right now I'm tackling this bumper duct hack job situation I got going on. So I've got this piece of rubber here, this rubber coupler that I'm going to, I had to cut it a little bit to get it to fit over top of this, but it does indeed fit. So we're going to use that over top of there. And then we've got, this 45 that we're going to use to go into there, which then we're going to use in here. And then we've got this guy, which is going to go like this, and that's what's going to mount right up on that hole. So kind of working on figuring out a mount. So I've got this guy, just this piece of plastic, and it's just gonna sit right here, and we're gonna drill some holes and secure that, and then try and secure this guy to this somehow. Again, just a little hack job, but if we can get it to work even somewhat how I'm expecting it to go, then I think we did pretty good. So I'll keep you guys posted on where we go. I did have to make a hole. Again, not very good at straight or making circles here, but that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect, but we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, then great. I'll let you guys know in a little bit. I managed to get the top part in there, but the issue now is with my little fuse box relocation. There's just no room really to put anything else in here. So like I can barely get this through. So I mean, that might be all we can do for now, is just have the pipe or have it going in there and then just kind of like directed towards the hole there. So a little better than nothing. It's not tied down or anything, but the coupler idea I had to kind of cover the whole entire thing definitely won't work just due to space constraints, but yeah, it's all right. I think that'll work better than nothing. We'll just see if I can get something, I don't know, maybe I'll just zip tie it or something, but I think that'll still work a little better than nothing. So we're gonna leave it with that, I think, for now. Yeah, guys, I think that's all we can do. Lines up okay, and I think it's gonna work. It's not super pretty, you guys, but it's gonna do the job. I just zip tied it. That's how ghetto this is going, but it's pretty secure actually, so I don't mind that at all. It'll do. I think it'll work real nice with our ram air, and once we make that intake box, I think it's gonna make hopefully a bit of difference there, quite a bit of difference for getting a lot colder air to the intake. I did order a blanket as well for my exhaust manifold, because I got a used one, just because I need to butcher this, the blanket to fit my EGT. So yep, once we do that, I'll try and do some testing. I can bring the computer out and maybe I'll like cover that hole up, or up here or something, and then cover this guy up and see what our intake temps are, and then open it up and get another log and see if it makes any difference at all. Done a little bit of work on the car today. We actually relocated, it's gonna be tough to see here, but we relocated the slave clutch line. Let's see if I can get it down here. It's like right up in there. See that right there, the connection point? So the reason I did that was to get rid of this bracket. That was just kind of, that was the only purpose for this, was to hold that bracket. So got rid of that. And it was just sitting right here. So I just wanted to move that out of the way so we could do, geez, the camera's having a hard time here. So we could do this air box. We're gonna try and do it for real this time. This is kind of version 2, I guess, but I think this is kind of what we're gonna go for here. And then yeah, eventually we'll be moving the harness out of the way, because it was that bracket also bolted, the harness bolted to that bracket. But I mean, that's okay, that's fine like that. But eventually the plan is to be getting rid of all of that, do a battery relocation, and kind of get rid of this guy, because remember I had to make that for my fuse box relocation, and which is still holding on. Then we still got our bumper duct, which worked pretty good. But I think we're gonna make our little air box just kind of like this, and maybe use these holes for mounting points. And I don't know if I can try, these aren't threaded, but maybe I can thread these holes. Are they threaded? I think they are threaded actually. Yeah, no, those are threaded, so maybe we can use those for here as well. But we're gonna have to try and figure out a way to keep it flush on the top for when we close the hood. But I do have this. Temporarily we can use this. See if this will work. Just to kind of seal the top off. Probably get some door trim, kind of like this, some trunk trim or something to use for the seal. But I think we're gonna have to stick just some, like, I don't know, we could use anything really, whether it be like little drill bits or toothpicks or something inside the holes here, and then you close the hood and then you can get the shape of the hood, so then you know how to cut it. So I think that's the next step. Check this out, we got version 1, right Jay? Version 1, 2-piece. Right now we got this bend here, it goes to the edge there, and then this little pie cut pizza. This is gonna get tacked down, but factory bolt holes, so far so good. All right, I think we got the final product for version 1 anyways. Well, not final, we're gonna clean it up a bit, paint it, but I mean, it's in there. So bolt it up, got the little foam pieces on the top, but again, just use that hole, that hole. That hole was originally there on the piece of metal we used, and the other guy there, we wanted to move that up a little more just to cover in that hole, so we had to re-drill that hole. But that's pretty snazzy. I don't have anything up here yet, so we're gonna make a piece across here. So right now this is just kind of the insulator itself. But yeah, not too bad, guys. Not too bad at all. It tucks right in all the way up there. So we have our intake here from the headlight. So right to the filter. And then we also have the bumper duct from here. So I think that's pretty sweet. I just got to clean up these wires a little bit, but it's looking wicked. And I'm gonna buy a new filter here right away, so I might even do that today. Probably gonna get a bigger one, but pretty wicked, guys. Let me know what you think. Went ahead and replaced the old air filter. This thing is pretty gross, and it's actually a lot smaller than this one. I mean, just look at the size difference. So yeah, this thing's massive and it looks way better. So that's just another little thing. Not gonna do anything power wise, but sure looks a hell of a lot better, and fills it up a lot more in there, which is good too. So I know I said I was gonna make a video on the comparisons between before and after with the bumper duct, the ram air headlight, and the intake box, but yeah, we're gonna have to do that later, and you guys are just gonna have to watch the next video and you'll see why. So that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for watching.